It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I'm Milton Glueck along with Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson, and a whole bunch of other people that are enjoying the day here at Milberger's who are getting face painting and balloon animals and pictures with Santa. I'm trying to figure out, I think Santa's around the other end.
I don't know.
It
amazes me, Milton. I
Yes.
remember the old days when you used to, was it the face painting or was it the balloons that you were so involved
the balloons. The people who do the balloons do, it's absolutely incredible.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm a little.
Milton would be
I'm a little too old for the face painting.
He'd be distracted, Mark. He would just, he'd lose track as he watched.
His eyes would wander.
Yeah, and we'd have to move the whole activity out of his sight there so he wouldn't get distracted.
I was going to ask if they can do a lion's.
They can do what? Oh, a
lion's face.
Oh, you'll have to ask.
I'll have to ask later on. There's too many children in the way.
Yeah. Well, they're small. You can bump them.
Well,
No.
and I didn't hear, Milton, I didn't hear you give your usual description of this wonderful weather.
Well, in fact, that's a good segue. I'm going to give the weather in general because Mark has a very important announcement. Mark's going to start us off with a theme for today. Today it is, my observation before I read the weather. It's cool, little damp, but nice. It's not there's a breeze, but not too bad. And as by the number of people are okay with coming out. It's currently 53. Today the weather forecast high is 60, the low is 50. Tomorrow, high is 81. Let's see, they took out the chances
Repeat
of...
that. 81.
81. Hard to believe, yeah.
Yes.
You're going to need the AC tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Low is 47. Are you ready for Tuesday and Tuesday night? Okay. You sure?
Yep.
This is what Mark's upset about. Sunny on Tuesday, high near 62. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour, which could play a little part in your information. Clear Tuesday night with a low around 35.
Yes. So the wind the sky's going to be clear, the wind's going to die down, and that means low temperatures. Mm-hmm. So what we talked about yesterday and last week is be prepared.
Be prepared.
That's right. The column on Saturday is going to cover that topic, but sounds like it'll be almost too late.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make everybody aware of that. Get your insulate now, your woven fabric,
and get everything that's the subtropical plants in the shelter.
So we're going to focus on those tropical and subtropical plants, the bougainvilleas, the porterweed. What else did we talk about yesterday?
Oh, what are
some of the citrus,
the bulb plants that you got a choice between the ones that are.
Well, what about your cyclamen? Do you want to bring them in? Cover them?
Oh no,
not for 30. When it gets to below 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the subtropicals. What's the other? Hibiscus.
Yes. So tropical hibiscus. There are two different kinds,
and they should go in there. They were another one of those 40-degree sensitive plants.
Yep. Al's advice is go get your blankets and covers before they're gone.
Yes.
And actually, that does happen. People are going to.
Oh no! Trace talks about it all the time that people are coming in desperate,
and
that night.
Keep in mind. 30 miles per hour winds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So just putting them over the top is not going to
Are you
make a grade.
Well, what does that mean? Does that mean it's not going to do the job or it's going to blow away?
Well, it'll blow away.
Okay. Yeah. But isn't that important in terms of the plants losing moisture and their ability to cope? Doesn't it make it more difficult when the wind's 35 miles an hour or 30 miles?
At this time of year, they're reducing the transpiration. So,
okay.
But yes, you are correct. As
Okay.
a general rule.
So they don't have any transportation.
No, transpiration. They're not losing water through their leaves.
I went through the Norm Crosby School
I know you did.
of planting and horticulture.
For those older, more mature people can remember Norm.
Only 5 people are going to get that reference.
There's so many times that you and I, Milton,
throw out references.
We throw out references, and so, not many people out there get them.
If you got that reference, call Al at 210-308-8867. We want to vote. See how many people got it. But yes, they reduced. So normally in colder weather, they reduce their transpiration. Okay, I know I didn't.
No. During the dormant season.
Oh, it's because they're dormant. Okay,
yeah, they're going dormant.
I'm not following the conversation at all.
Oh,
it must be a University of Texas kind of.
Oh man, thank you, Calvin.
Throw that in there. I watched the entire game, and I was just
where's
depressed.
Trace?
Well, he's sulking.
This is probably best not to poke the bear. Don't poke the longhorn.
I will ask him. I'll probably have to ask him about the game, and then I'll probably forget the next time he comes and ask him again.
I come walking up, I go, "Hi," and he goes, "I don't want to talk to you."
That'll go well.
But we better be careful too, Mark. There's another game today, right now, starting 12 o'clock. That. Will be kind of important. Well, of course, your Detroit is already...
So we already won, so, we already played and won.
But, okay, focus, gentlemen. All right, okay. So, what is...
okay, so the point is...
so cold winds...
windy conditions helps cool down the plant, so...
Okay, okay. So, Calvin, you want to chime in on that? Does a high wind and a cool temperature affect the plant?
Yeah, but it's the temperatures are more of a factor, especially this time of the year. Yeah,
it's not as much of a factor now.
What about veggies and stuff? I know that we worry about high winds with veggies.
I think the veggies are going to be in pretty good shape.
Okay.
Well, except for tomatoes and peppers.
Yeah, tomatoes and peppers, and maybe I'd protect my strawberries a little bit.
Oh, no. Okay.
A little bit. They can withstand. I've seen snow on strawberries, not a problem. So,
well, and of course, the pansies will just flex their muscles, and it won't be affected at all. So.
But yeah, you may forget you may haul them in now. The tomatoes, peppers, if you have them. Malabar spinach, if you have
Malabar spinach is now an indoor plant.
Okay. But these are all tropical and subtropical.
But the key is be ready. Now, this 35 degrees is threatening to the subtropicals in terms of the long term, but it is also just a warning that it's going to get. We're going to have days that it's much colder than that when you do want to cover your cyclamen and you do want to cover your lemons and limes.
Yeah, that's a good. We didn't talk about citrus. So yes, I want to cover my citrus or no.
Yeah, and you want to.
It's not going to freeze back.
It's not immediate.
Okay.
But if you have your lemons and your limes, I would toss a blanket or something around them to prevent this windage.
Okay.
I think this.
Yeah, there you go.
The windage.
This article I talk about the tent structure that in past years I really haven't emphasized it, but I probably should have because I think of all the times I've lost my lemons and limes.
Yeah.
In the last 25 years.
Are you protecting the fruit? Because I see some with fruit on them.
No, you would.
Is the fruit pick it now? Get it off?
Well, if it's close to ripe, you could harvest the fruit
before the cold weather.
But the fruit freezing is not as much of a threat with citrus as it is with tomatoes and peppers. But the thing about them is the citrus is that the foliage and the stems get killed.
The word I was looking for was desiccation. Which is what he's talking about.
Okay.
So that is the issue there, and then of course if we get the temperatures get down there below 28 or 27, then you want a heat source, and that's why it's great to have a tent that is secure, so where the 30-mile-an-hour wind does not take the top off or scoop underneath. Then it becomes a real issue.
But you've always recommended as a heat source, and I can't remember it. It's like when a mechanic works over the car.
Mechanic's light.
Or shop light. Yeah, there we go.
And then you want to make sure they're not lead. They're the old-fashioned heat producing light.
Yeah, they're not LED. No.
A lot of gardeners and that works pretty good. And they're readily available at your favorite feed store are the poultry lights.
Yeah,
poultry.
We've talked about that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Because you can just put an extension cord and connect all the plants, but they just sit. They can sit on the ground, and they've got these little bars to sit on, and they produce a
good amount of BTUs.
Yeah. And you know what we'll do, because you might have a different tactic that you take, so we'll open it up to our listeners too. Help our other listeners with how to keep your plants warm and cozy.
Also
210-308-8867. Yes, sir.
Tell us about if you have a tent-like structure.
Yeah.
Because here at Milberger's, we've talked about this before. They've got a plastic with joints and in place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that if the temperatures get low and threatening, they quickly put the cloth over the top, insulate over the top, and they've got. I don't know if they use clothespins, but clothespins work.
Yeah, I don't know, zip ties or clothespins.
Zip ties are a good one.
But yeah, so they are hooped. They have these plastic hoops over the table, so they can just roll the plastic right on over them.
Yeah, and
or insulate, whichever they're using.
Staff is used to the procedure, and it's amazing how fast they can get everything in shape, cover it. Which, of course, is important because you don't stay in business long if you let your cyclemen, fancies and everything go down.
No, they've got a very valuable inventory. So and I'm wondering, we have that caller. I think it's James that calls about and talks about the hoop house. The hoop house.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's similar to what
this is similar to what he's saying. Yeah.
So, James, tell us about your hoop house.
Yeah, he may have larger diameter or taller hoops, but that's what he's talking about.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, the number to call to tell us about your hoop house. Now, how are you keeping, what are you protecting? What can you give us, our listeners, as advice besides what we have? Oh, that's cute. Look at the Rudolph that she's got, the inflatable Rudolph. Did you see that? And the girl
look at her. She's looking at the swords.
Oh, does she
They're
want
much
the sword?
bigger swords, yeah. And she's saying, I don't know whether that got the best
whether
deal.
we want the cute reindeer or the big sword.
Yeah.
I think she made the right decision.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like Rudolph.
I'm sure the mother is saying that as well.
I like Rudolph. All right. Yes, sir.
I was just going to say this is the first cold series of cold days, and that's important. So it's like 2 days in a row. It's going to be in the mid-30s. So this is the first one, so this is getting ready.
Well, Mark, too, do you think we had enough preliminary cool weather? One of the things about the first freeze that shows up, if it comes up after warm weather, can be pretty devastating.
No, that is a key thing that a lot of us don't know. Calvin and I are used to like 45 days of slowly getting colder and colder.
Yeah, the plants harden off, and so they've got a lot
scientific term, but not here in South Texas.
No.
In fact, as you can see, it's going to be 81. What, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's 81, and then the high on the same day that it's 35 is 62. So it's almost a 30-degree drop.
So Calvin is exactly right. I think maybe these last
couple
of days.
Don't tell him that.
Yes, he's correct.
It'll go to his head.
Or he's pointed out something.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And yes, I think we've had enough because of this week of coolish, rainy weather.
You know what? It is not going to protect.
You do think we've had enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. We've had a marginal amount.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I guess most of the zinnias have passed out of existence now, but the things that some of the other warm weather plants haven't, the whopper begonias, for instance.
My
they're
whoppers
still looking great, but if you get
depressing.
them below freezing after an 81-degree day, you're going to have.
I'm betting they don't even like the 35.
Oh, I was at this house on Thursday. Most beautiful pintas I have seen around in a while.
Oh, that is.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I looked down and I'm like, wow, red and white. Wow,
that's going to be interesting to see how they react, because they have not been hurt a bit. They're looking really good still.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Toll free. It's 866-308-8867. Trace is on the porch with us.
Oh, before we get into gardening, can I ask him about...
No.
What happened?
No. We got to take a break.
Sip it.
Nope. It didn't happen. Oh, here, wait. I got an idea.
What?
Okay, so go ahead, Trace. How you doing? Go ahead, Calvin. You have something to say?
Obviously, he's turned off my mic.
Yeah, I turned off the mic. That was the A&M treatment. All right. How you doing, Trace? Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, you're being beeped? You gotta... All right, let's take a quick break. While we do, give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
They're looking for a kicker.
If you can behave yourself, your mic's back up. Boy. All right, back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Call us, 210-308-8867, or come by and have some fun. 9:30 a.m., The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I don't know. All right.
Mascot challenge.
Yeah, mascot challenge here. All right, let's talk gardening and Milberger's and what's going on today. Got a nice long line at the face painting and the balloon animals. That's cool.
We moved them up where the chili was.
That was good. Yeah, that was a good idea. And where's Santa? Santa's around the corner?
Santa's in the greenhouse, still one.
Okay.
And this is the Santa.
Yeah.
Not one of those mall Santas.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, did we suddenly get really loud at the...
I told her to not to put y'all on. I told her to
Oh,
put
good.
the
Okay,
music on.
cool. Well, that's probably what it is then. All right. Because, my voice is very melodious, so sometimes I get it confused with song.
Or sonorous.
So Santa's here till 1.
I wanted to drown y'all out across the speakers and have Christmas music.
Thanks. So Santa's here till 1, so you got to hurry. And then the face painting is till 2? 2, okay. And the train?
2.
2, okay.
And balloon art till 2.
Yeah, 2.
And wassail till it runs dry.
Till the pitcher runs dry?
That might be today, that might be tomorrow.
Okay.
But we're going to use up all the ingredients.
Yeah, and thanks to Nature's Creation for coming and being a part of this. The funds raised for donations for the food and the balloon animal and all that, and Santa's pictures. Oh, man, and I saw somebody who had a picture with Santa.
These are professional
pictures. And they're huge.
Yeah.
It's like it may have been a little smaller than an 8x10, but not much. It was like that big. Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing that it's in. So the picture is more like...
oh, okay.
5x7.
5x7 still. Okay.
Are there speaking of special events, are we going to be able to have pictures of visitors here to the nursery with the onions when the person calls from...
I don't know. And Bruce Frazier, we're going to talk to him at 1 o'clock. He's with Dixondale Farms, and he's going to talk about onions. Are you going to come up for that?
If I remember.
Okay. We'll have to remind you. We'll talk about you before, so you hear your name and go, oh, geez, I got to go up.
Your name because it's Christmas music.
Oh, that's true. You won't now. Okay. But, yeah, we can have pictures taken with onions. What would that be?
Oh, we've got
Is there an onion elf or
of onions.
Rudolph the onion reindeer or...
I hope not.
Poor Trace, if you could see the look on his face, why do you ask me these things? Why? But yes, we need a 12.25 onion. It'd be a Christmas onion. We'll have to ask Bruce about that because we need you to ask him again about, just to clarify, the Whataburger onion. Can you think of any other onions that stand out as much as Whataburgers do?
No.
No, I do have to ask.
Maybe the purple one or red one that's in the salads at
the red Creole.
Oh. Is that the one or the candy?
There's a red candy in it.
So is that like a candy cane?
I don't know, but it's very good in the salads at Olive Garden.
Oh, okay.
So so it's one of those.
You can almost do. Okay, with everybody with the show, you could almost make that Italian soup that you like. You can get the kale here.
Yeah.
You can get the onion here.
Yeah.
What else? You can get Brewskis can help you with the meat that you're going to put in it.
This is true. The spicier sausage, the better.
Yeah. What else are you going to put in it? Beans
that's a question for my wife. There's no beans in it.
There's no beans in it.
Potatoes.
No white beans.
Potatoes.
Oh, potatoes.
Do we grow potatoes? Do we have potatoes? We have slips.
We will have potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they come in next month.
Yeah, I was going to say January.
Plant them about February 1st.
That's always a good one.
Yep.
By the light of the moon.
And they did so well, I think we actually doubled our order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. So should I ask Bruce what onions go well in a container?
Well, sure.
In a container.
Because I think the idea is to put them in, about a foot apart?
You can underplant all kinds of things. Onions. Remember years ago we did the experiment when there was a bed out here. We had monster spinach with symbiotic relationship with the onions underneath.
Oh, okay. I don't remember, but that's pretty cool.
You mean my memory's better than yours?
Yeah, it is. I forget sometimes how good your memory is. How big can the onion get in a container, though? I have to get
That's ultimately up to the person feeding it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Applying the fertilizer.
Okay.
Well, it can easily get 4 inches across, 5 inches across.
All right. Trace.
We always recommend. Not everybody does, but I always recommend that you plant them every 6 inches, and then you harvest the 2 in the middle for green onions.
Okay, so that you have a foot between them at the end.
Because they ripen the base onion ripens about June 1st.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you want baseball or softball? You really don't want a soccer ball size.
No. Do I?
No, you don't.
Okay. The bigger
we want to be careful
too.
That
football. I was like, I don't think that's possible.
Okay.
We want to be careful that we don't let Milton dominate the discussion. He'll be talking about 4-inch containers and one onion to a
container. Sure. What's wrong with that? No, I can figure out the bigger container. Full sun, right? Lots of fertilizer and full sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Copious.
And most winters, you don't have to worry about cold protection.
Yeah. Okay.
Not every winter, but most winters.
Well, I'm going to use that as a segue because earlier we were talking about things to do because it's going to get to 35.
Yeah, I saw 36.
It's going to jump from 60-something to 35 to 36.
Yeah. But a nice day in between.
What's that?
There's a nice day in between.
Yeah.
Like an 80
tomorrow is 80, yeah. Well, but the guys seem to think that makes it even worse.
The plants are confused.
Yeah. Oh. What is your advice for what to bring in, what to take out?
If there's a question and you can bring it in, you bring it in.
Okay.
I thought, looking at Trace, I thought of another one. I thought plumerias should be taken in. Yeah, should be taken in.
Oh,
permanently.
And I don't do anything.
That's
what about my milkweed?
Point.
Do I do anything to worry? Do I worry about that?
No.
Well, milkweed is the native milkweeds have already the tops have generally declined, except for the zizzotes. Some of the zizzotes are still blooming.
Is that Parker? I can't tell.
It is Parker.
Parker, come by and say hi to us, Parker. Oh, she can't hear us because we're not on the thing.
She can't hear us anymore.
Okay.
Parker can.
Parker heard us. Sorry. So which ones are going to die down and come back again?
So everything dies back.
Right. Which are perennial?
But
root hardy perennials.
The native ones have done it already. Except what you said,
tropical.
zizzotes.
Well, the zizzotes is still at least our plantings, they're still have foliage. But the one that is, well, the exotics are not dying back. The tropicals going strong.
You remember to add it in your article, the
Parker's
big giant, white giant. So I forgot all about that.
Hey.
All right, Parker almost bit my nose off.
There's no chili.
Well, and just to set the record straight, he only got the fructose.
Okay. Oh, no, did you
That's
hear
good.
something
You
about
know,
that?
we got heck. We got heck.
Trace will be very happy with that.
Yeah.
He was very worried.
Because he was worried about that.
So Fritos don't bother. Do you want to talk a sec? Oh, how's your monarch? How's your chrysalis? You're on the air.
After I talked to you yesterday, I went over and talked to Mary and showed her the pictures. And she's afraid that the chrysalis has been compromised by a parasite, which is why
it's turning black.
Oozing.
Yeah.
And it should turn black, but it's not turning black evenly. So those two things, she thinks it's been compromised. So I'm going to keep watching it. And if there's no changes in the next several days, then I'll actually probably open the chrysalis and see what's left.
It's late in the year, and it's late for doing that and forming a chrysalis, so odds were against it.
And she said that because she thinks that because there's not as many caterpillars around, that's why either the fly or the wasp or whatever got in there. And where typically if it was earlier in the season, there wouldn't have been. There's a lot more caterpillars for the wasp or flies or whatever.
Numbers are protection.
Yeah. What kind of milkweed do you have in your land?
Tropical.
Still booming strong?
Yeah, it's got a seed pods and stuff on it. But now with the weather changing, I'll probably start cutting it back just to help with if there's any stragglers that.
Okay, well, and in our Saturday article, we talked about to other gardeners too. If you're interested in that debate about the tropical milkweed and the when it should be cut back, or should we continue to rely on it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty controversial, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you just kind of don't know what to do because I see other local type butterflies all around that, and the pentas and stuff. So.
Queen butterflies love it, and it's. But there's a lot of debate. The research is not clear. What now? Of course, if you're a native plant advocate, you some of them have a inclination to declare that a tropical is a problem no matter what. But
well, they liked it. My neighbor has a huge butterfly garden, and there would be 20, 30 butterflies at a time. Queens, monarchs, just.
Do they have any native milkweeds?
No. Neither one of us have been successful in trying with the native.
Well, that's continuing our task.
I was going to say, that is what Calvin is looking into.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, we're trying to. We've made some progress, but we're still in the same boat you're talking about. Is we don't have solid answers on how we can successfully get native milkweeds growing in all our gardens. So we'll just continue to. We'll schedule some classes again this spring, and we'll see what we can. We have trouble. It's tough to transplant, and most of them will germinate pretty well, but to get them, it takes them a long time too to mature. It just, to me, it's amazing how hard it is to control native milkweed once it's established. The farmers get driven crazy trying to control it as a weed, but here us folks for butterfly advocates, we have just as much trouble getting it to grow. Yeah. So that'll be a continuing story, and as we discussed, we've got at least two two books about the monarch situation and research that are available, and our friends at the what's the Native American Seed Company?
Yeah, Native American Seed Company in Junction. The great folks, they have a wide selection.
And Douglas King Seed Company is another.
Yeah, I saw the books in the article yesterday, so that might have to go on Santa's list.
Sounds good.
Whoa. And we talked about a lot about different books and different stocking stuffers.
Do you have a suggestion, or are you a plant book reader? Okay.
No.
Do you have a suggestion you can kind of...
Where'd your buddy go?
Where'd Parker
He went
go?
off with his dad.
Oh, uh-oh.
He got bored, huh?
I guess.
We're soon going to see Parker riding the little train, aren't we?
Yeah, if only. But he wants to go see Santa.
He's going to check out, make sure there's no chili available.
Oh, okay.
Well, he thanks you for the Fritos.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Well, be careful.
Well, thank you for your
coming
comments.
by. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
that was good.
See y'all probably next week.
See you next weekend.
All
Cool.
right.
All right. All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. All right. What else, gentlemen? We got a few minutes before we go to break, and I'm trying to think. Besides the things we mentioned, like the Christmas trees, lots of Christmas trees here.
Do you know them again?
I do.
Okay.
Fraser.
That's one.
Balsam.
That's the one you usually forget. That's
I know.
two.
That's two. Nordman. No fragrance.
Yes.
And Noble.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good, sir.
And each tree is fresh cut, stored in water to look great. Honestly, we see these trees come back
And the part of the deal is
almost at the end of January or whatever, and they look great.
Millburgers will recycle them for you. Okay. And not only will they take them and recycle them, use them in a manner good for the environment.
Oh, yeah.
But they also give you a gift certificate for recycling.
You get a percentage off. You get it like 20%. And it's like good for a whole purchase. And they don't have to be your trees. They just have to be free of everything on them but the tree. Nothing but the tree. Like everything but the bagel. This is everything.
I don't know. I grew up with, when you said everything but on a hamburger, it was everything but the onions.
Oh, okay.
So
nothing but the tree.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, 210-308-8867. Are we looking for shout-outs on anything? Probably not tomatoes anymore. Do we want monarch sightings, or is it just going to be sad?
I just noticed the alyssum and stocks continue to have wonderful
battling
fragrances.
out with the amount of fragrance they have. Yes.
And they're very beautiful. Of course, the pansies, a huge selection of pansies and violas.
Yeah, I was going to viola. I'm a viola person. I like violas. So we have them. We have them on sale. We have all kinds of colors. As I said, I used to only think of Johnny Jump Umps, which were navy and maize.
And if you're a gardener,
maize and blue, if you will.
If you're a gardener that remembers the wave petunias,
yes,
they're
back. There's some here, the unbelievable colors.
I am wondering, the red, do you think that, okay, you see the red ones, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, they're at the end of your right-hand side of your radio.
Radio dial.
Do you see the whites and the purples next to them?
Yes.
Are those wave too, you think?
I believe they are.
I think they are too. They
And
look like what I got last year.
The color that we used to back in 6 or 7 years ago when the waves were so common, was a kind of a violet.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the most prominent one. I don't see that there, but the bright red and the white, and then that spectacular, I call it an off red. I guess that's not a positive. What is?
Well, the one on the right.
Yeah.
I called it a cardinal UIW red.
Blood red.
Now I'm thinking it's a little too dark for that.
So blood red, is that?
Yeah, maybe blood red. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll use that
more
from now on.
appropriate
That's
around
so
Halloween
savage.
than, yeah. So should I laugh maniacally when I say that? There's, purple, violet, white, and blood red. No? Does that encourage you to buy it?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I tried.
Well, you better watch out, Parker.
Yeah. Oh, where's Parker? You see Parker?
I haven't seen him. No, he's busy.
Parker loves you. Parker nearly jumped the table to get to you and Mark, man. Parker was going to take that coffee from you.
Well, he's got.
He's going to take my coffee.
He's got an amazing personality. Parker does, and knows how to greet people and check out and see if they got anything exciting, and then if they don't, he moves on to the. Yeah. But
Parker's a sweetie.
Yeah. His mom and dad. He loves his mom and dad.
I think Parker's a regular visitor. Hetty, did you have a question? Oh my gosh! Hey.
Oh, good.
You want to come on the air with us? You want to come on the air with us for a second? Yeah.
Yeah, just grab that.
Cool. All right. Yeah, come on. This is our Dallas listener.
Yeah. Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Greg.
Greg, nice to meet you. Finally.
Met you.
Yeah. Well, what's going on? What brought you here today?
Well, I was out west hunting. And,
okay.
I've been saving some BHN 968C and some Rio Grande Gold.
Yay!
So I've got more of the stuff, so I figured I'd bring it by.
Thank you. Okay, I'll just take those.
We need to have the armor.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to split them.
Come in.
Oh, are they split up or then?
Yeah, they're in 2 different baggies.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been refrigerated for a year. Except for the last.
They should be ready to go then.
Yeah.
So how are things? Plus, you were the man that I always think of that had the empirical evidence of the Sinisa and the rain.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I can tell you the ranch we were on this weekend is full of wild Sinisa and purple blooms. And guess what it was doing this weekend?
Was it raining?
Little bit of rain going on.
Goodness gracious, who would have thunk? I would have. Not Mark, though. Look at that face. He's just disgusted. And how did your...
the evidence is too high to ignore.
What you growing now?
Well, now it's kind of into season. I'm going to see how long my jalapenos and my last remaining BHN tomato plant goes, which I think my wife told me it froze up there this weekend.
I was going to say, how cold are you?
Yeah.
Are you expecting this week or last week? So.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you this coming week. My wife told me it's supposed to get to 30 on Friday night.
Okay.
So the plants are kind of they're under a porch, kind of protected from wind, so they might have survived. But the jalapenos have produced more than I can even eat. So.
Oh wow.
And the BHNs.
And what kind of jalapenos were these?
These were just generic store bought. So we bought some for cooking. I saved the seeds last
Very cool.
year. Planted them, and I mean they're prolific.
Yeah, because there's a great variety in the heat of the jalapenos.
These were pretty mild.
Okay.
Pretty mild.
Yeah. Okay, so give me some advice on how to do that, because my wife wants to, and I don't think I did it right.
Oh, collect the seeds?
Collect the seeds and then plant them, the jalapeno, the peppers.
Yeah, I just, whenever you're dicing them up, just I will scrape out that center piece. I'm not sure what you call that, center core.
Okay.
I'll just put it on a paper towel, let it dry for a few days, and then you can basically shake the seeds off that core. And then after that, I will, if it's fall, I'll put them in the refrigerator over winter, and then. Yeah, February, early February, mid-February. Of course, for Dallas, mid-February, I'll start trying to germinate them.
And you have apparently you have success.
Yeah. Now I kind of go heavy. I'll try to germinate 20 or 30 seeds. I do the water test too, right? If they soak them in water, if they sink, I'll pick those. Those are the ones I'll germinate.
So sinking is good.
Sinking is, from what I understand,
Okay.
It's,
I've never done that with jalapeno seeds.
Okay, we need to.
And it works well with the Rio Grande Golds. Those feel like they've been about a 50% success rate on germination.
Okay.
But once I started soaking them and letting them sink, then those did pretty well.
Okay.
But the BHNs, you can throw it in soil and it comes up.
So what's your advice as the expert now on this? Should I take my little sample of this and put it in the fridge until a little bit before spring, or?
Yeah, I would. I've had good success trying to germinate them in early February, but keeping them indoors.
Okay.
With some sunlight, let them get to that big once the weather warms up, which y'all will be a little warmer, I guess.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, don't worry though. We're not going to let Milton have a
have the
very
majority
large
of
portion of
No, I love
Yeah.
the Rio Grande Gold.
No,
But,
to restate that, you're growing them, you're germinating them inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then let them go outside.
So I haven't used like a grow light or heat mat or anything, just kind of the warmness of indoors with a little bit of sunlight. And then once they get 3 or 4 inches tall with a couple of sprouts, I'll kind of move them in and out and let the wind sort of sturdy them a little bit. And then, let it go. Once you kind of feel like you're past
This will be fun.
Oh, man, there's some open seats. I should get...
Yeah, go take a ride. Well, Greg, man, thank you. We enjoy having you as a listener, and this was very generous of you. Appreciate it.
Well, I want to know how your hunting is
I was going to ask, how'd the hunting go?
It was successful.
All right.
We had a couple of guys down from Iowa and one guy from Minnesota. And
what?
So they're not used to the Texas style of hunting where you go out
Baiting.
and there's just
baiting
deer everywhere. So
With what?
We've all got some meat to take home.
Oh, good. What is in season hunting wise? Deer in season? Okay.
Yeah, right now it's just about everything.
Oh, is that
Deer
right?
And quail, cranes and geese, and I think the only thing that's off limits really is dove and duck.
Okay.
But,
Well,
yeah,
cool.
it was a fun weekend.
And do
It was
you
very
process
active.
them before you drive home, or what do you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people will drop them off at a kind of a butcher or meat
Oh,
processor.
okay. Yeah, I
but-
think Prusky's was one of our sponsors. They do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten too cheap though. I kind of like
Good for you.
doing mine, and we're experimenting with trying to make our own sausage and summer sausage.
How exciting!
So
cool.
it's fun. You
Yeah,
kind
see-
of control the process.
See, Calvin's more interested in you bringing samples of that to the.
Well, let me.
Well, and you got a Minnesotan and an Iowa person.
Yeah.
They know about Swedish potato sauce.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
they haven't killed each other yet.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we need to take a break. The system's going to take over. Greg, thank you, man. Thank
Good
you
to
so
see you
much.
guys.
Great.
Nice to see
Yeah.
you too.
You take a risk to be
Back in a
careful.
moment on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Drive careful.
And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. We just saw Parker's Santa picture. He
I was
looked
gonna
great.
say,
Both
yes.
Santa and Parker.
Very photogenic.
And his owner, his mama, his doggy mama. She's going to post it on Facebook, so if you want to look for it, you can see it.
See
all right.
what Parker looks like.
210-308-8867. That was so nice of Greg to come by. It's fun. Our listener is just the best in the world.
All right. Usually we hear him, and he's on I-35 somewhere.
Yes.
Going.
Yeah, it's neat that he comes down to this part of the world. We need to... But, yeah, we didn't see any Ruelia. But it may be too late in the season.
Generally. Usually we keep them in the number ones, and that's usually the dwarf.
Yeah.
And so we have the Mexican petunia on a limited supply because they can get out of hand if you're not careful.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to promote them too much.
Yeah, I know y'all... Okay, so it seems to be a case where you don't recommend them, but people like them because they look great when they see them.
Oh, yeah. No. They are a fabulous plant.
Yeah.
Very hardy. A little bit of care goes a long way with them. The problem is they tend to spread quite rapidly.
Yeah.
And so if you're not careful, they can get out of hand. They usually recommend Mexican petunia in a pot or a restricted area, so that helps with keeping them in bounds.
But I've seen them in the neighborhood when it looks like they're just about to get out of control, and there's a patch of them, and it may be 3x3 or 4x4, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, they are. It's a beautiful color. Beautiful stem and leaves. It's very nice plant.
Mm-hmm.
I like the blue color.
Yeah, I do too.
I favor blue. It's a very nice blue. But part of the problem is they dehiss their seeds.
Yeah.
Which means they explode them.
Right.
So they rapidly take over an area.
Yeah, well, we have there actually, which is interesting because I'm sure this is not the ideal place. We have them underneath on one side is an oak and the other side is a crepe myrtle. And I'm guessing that is not ideal because it does not get much sun, but boy, oh boy, they still go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, they can be shade, can't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So, and that's where you find them a lot of times in nature.
It's under shade?
In the shady, along and maybe a little stream or a little place where there's a little bit of extra water.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. 210-308-8867. We have not seen the line slow down for the face painting, which is both good and bad. It's great because lots of people enjoying it, and they're moving it through really quickly. So I encourage you to come on by and enjoy it. Now, Santa's going to leave in 5 minutes, so if you're on your way, hurry, but drive safely. I feel I've got to be responsible.
I thought about that earlier when you said that. Come over quickly.
Yeah, drive safely. You know, we don't want to send Santa to your funeral. That's just sad. But yes, 210-308-8867 is our number. And but the balloon animals, the face painting, and there's some cute balloon animals, are all here until 2 o'clock. So you've got another couple hours, and the train ride is choo-chooing around. I can tell you some of the things that are on special if you like. Let's see.
Well, we talked about a couple of them.
A few of them. We talked about the Christmas trees. They are for sale. They're not on special yet. The poinsettias are starting at $6.99, and
which is a great price.
Onions. We're going to talk to Bruce Frazier of Dixondale Farms. Choose from 1015Y, Texas Legend, White Bermuda, Red Creole, Southern Belle Red, Yellow Granix, and Texas Early White. $2.99 per bundle, so they're on sale. Let's see, imported amaryllis bulbs. They're normally $9.99. They're on sale for $6.88. Now, obviously, those make great gifts. Pansies, 4 for $5 in the number 4 pot. Snapdragons, they're nice and pretty, 4 for $5. Cyclamen, 5 for $30. And I will tell you again, if you see cyclamen elsewhere, they will not compare. I'm just telling you to Milberger's. Milberger's look great. And I know I'm biased and stuff, but yeah. Primrose, yes.
It is beautiful.
They are. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
Stunning
is the word I would use.
I need to take a picture of the ones that I've seen elsewhere.
Oh, no.
They have not been taken care of. Yep, good point. Yeah. Milberger's takes great care of them, and so you're getting a plant that's going to look great when you get home. Let's see, what else is on sale, Mark?
Well, as I said, I also mentioned violas are on sale.
Uh-huh.
Sale 4 for $5.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. 4 for $5.
For the violas? Yeah.
And different, lots of different colors. Not the traditional navy and yellow.
Oh, yeah.
But lots of different colors that they have here. So they're great for baskets or just a bed.
Yeah.
I like violas.
They're awfully pretty. Like, by the way, Mark's looking at the paper where you'll find, and I'm looking at millburgernursery.com. Lantana in the number 1 pot, normally $9.99, now $6.88. And don't forget, I think it's the last day. We'll tell you if that changes, but the last day for the Blue Santa toy drive. So grab a toy on your way over. It doesn't have to be expensive because its impact is just absolutely great. We need to take a quick break while we do. Sorry, Mark, I didn't want you to get started. So, okay.
No, I was just going to say I saw a family with a big tub full of toys.
Oh, good. Good. Yay. All right, we'll take a break and come back in a moment. You're listening to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas, where hopefully we'll talk about onions right after this on 9:30 a.m. This is what? The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening, South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. Milton Glueck along with Mark Peterson, Dr. Calvin Finch. And we're here at Millburgers at 1604 on Boulevardy Road, where you can find lots and lots of onions. And we encourage you to come on out, and we're going to do a little onion education right now. We've got Bruce Frazier of Dixondale Farms on the line. Bruce, how are you doing today?
I'm super, thank you.
Good. Hey, we've been bragging on you a little bit. Do you mind bragging on yourself, or maybe brag on Dixondale Farms, and why everybody keeps saying you guys are the experts?
I appreciate that. I mean, first of all, it's longevity. I'm not 112 years old, but my family's farming operations in it. I grew up on the south side of San Antonio, and then I, went to West Point, and I married a farmer's daughter. So that's how I ended up down in Teresa Springs. So,
very cool.
Anyway, so, we grow about 900 million onion transplants a year, and probably are about 90% of the U.S. production. I really don't know where the other 10% is.
How many different varieties? This is Calvin Finch. How many different varieties is that those millions?
Well, we actually grow about 60.
Okay.
About half of those are what we sell in the garden trade business or to individuals, and the other half are farmers that want a certain variety, contractor owned, for them to grow in areas across the country.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things they talked about a little bit, and you can address it if you don't mind, Bruce, and then we'll get into onion talk. How careful is Dixondale Farms with the varieties that they send out to people who order online, or to nurseries that buy them, like Millburgers?
Well, I mean, it's the key to having onion success is having the right varieties for the right area. So we're very cautious to make sure that we're, the old saying back in the days when certain people had them, that if they could spell it, they could sell it.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that the right varieties are in our customers' hands, because I can't guarantee you success, but I almost guarantee you failure if you plant the wrong varieties.
All right. Do you want to talk about varieties, or do you want to talk about successfully planting them? What's your? Well, maybe we'll just talk. What's your favorite? Yeah, you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way onions grow is they grow the top, and then when they reach a certain day length limit and heat units, they transfer those carbohydrates from the top to the bottom. Each leaf is a ring. The perfect onion has 13 rings. So what's important is to plant the right varieties that, depending on your area, will reach that day length requirement at the right time. So there's short day, intermediate, and long day onions. Short day onions are onions that have 10 to 12 hours a day length, the requirement to start bulbing. Intermediates are 12 to 14, and long days are 14 to 16. So here in Texas, we never reach 16 hours. So if you were to plant a long day onion, it just make top and never bulb. Because when it gets the trigger. If you take a short day onion, you take it up north, you don't have that much time to grow that many leaves and that much of a top before it say, hey, it's time to bulb. So selecting the right varieties is critical, and that's the initial key to your success.
How do you get involved in the research? I mean, your company has played key roles in maintaining the varieties and supporting the new varieties and everything. How do you manage that? Plus, also also produce 90% of the onions that the home market requires. Huge.
Well, we listen to our customers and see what they want. Do they want a sweet onion? Do they want a storage onion? They want a yellow, a white, a red. They want shallots or leeks. But when seed companies start maybe not selling enough of a certain variety, we take over the production. We're producing certain varieties now ourselves. I contract it with the grower to grow those for me. So, having the right variety. And, onion seed is, we have certain varieties that are like $21,000 an acre in seed costs.
Wow.
So, yeah, you have to, you have to get at that price. You better make sure you have good quality seed. And, the consolidation of the seed business is always concerning because great big corporations are taking over, and we only have about 4 or 5 actual commercial large operations that are producing seed.
Bruce, Trace is our
Trace
manager for Milberger's, is here now, too.
I don't know if this has already been asked or not, but is there any kind of new onions that might be hitting the market soon? The ones that we should try anyway?
Yeah, it's interesting is that we look at new varieties, but no one wants you to get rid of old varieties. Yeah. And, the varieties that we have are proven, probably the last one we introduced was the Texas Legend, which we're producing that seed ourselves this year. We've been doing it for several years now. And, it's an improved 1015. And it, when you think about really in the short day varieties, we have Texas Legend, the 1015, Yellow Grand X are the 3 yellows. So the Yellow Grand X is a flatter onion. So it's a cross between basically the Texas Legend and the old Bermudas, a real flat white onion. We had a yellow Bermuda back in the day. So, hybrids are maybe more selective and more uniform. Open pollinated, where they produce the same variety has the mama and the papa or the seed. They are they can not keep up the quality as much. So all those we produce ourselves. So we take it from a seed to a bulb, and then we can select certain bulbs that have the qualities that we want and replant those to make a higher quality seed.
Bruce, how
hold on. Wait. Just let me tell people who we're talking to.
Okay.
Bruce Frazier is our guest today with Dixondale Farms. Bruce, if it's okay, I'm going to tell people you can find them online, and there's a cool newsletter, too, at DixondaleFarms.com. By the way, real quick, the ones that he mentioned, the White Bermuda, the Texas Legend, Yellow Grand X, all of them are ones that we have on sale.
Red Creole?
The Red Creole, yes, right? Yes,
Candy.
I see it on sale too.
Candy.
We have that on sale too?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Candy. Yeah. Candy is a great variety if you want a storage yellow onion. And the Red Creole is a short day that has a little bite to it.
That's why I like
an onion. Yeah.
Yeah,
we got it. Yeah.
So Calvin had a question, Bruce. I'm sorry.
We got hassled a few years ago because we were so proud of all the mild onions that were in the 1015Y, and then people started saying, well, we love those, but we would also like something that had a little more bite to it. And then
no, they were meaner than that. Bruce, I bet you get this a lot. They were like, I don't want no sweet onion. I want an onion that I used to just it hurt.
Which goes back to what Bruce was saying. We have these new ones, but don't get rid of the old ones as well.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
How much? You guys are in the production and you're supporting the research results. How much do you get into the growing instructions and dealing directly with gardeners?
What we did
quite a bit of that
during during the pandemic, it was an unbelievable growth stage. We had 81% increase in our sales because people were stuck at home and had time to garden. But that didn't mean that they were going to have success. So what we do is you place your order online with us. Throughout the growing season, we send you a series of 7 emails about every 2 weeks. It says, this is what stage your onions ought to be in. This is what you ought to be doing as far as fertilization, watering, checking for disease, or insects, and all the way to harvest. So that, what's critical and what's important is to have these customers have a great experience is for them to have a great experience and have a good onion. So educating, we put a planning guide in but we also follow that up with detailed information, videos, and instructions for them to be successful.
Interesting stuff. Let's see. What else do we want to ask in terms of... so I'm just curious too, weird question. Of the two, which sweet or mild or biting, which do people want? What's ordered more?
Well, 1015 is probably still
okay.
Number one seller.
Now, where did that come from? Which university was that?
Oh Lord!
Well, yeah, the Texas A&M.
Okay.
Of course, y'all know
gosh.
I went to West Point, so I'm not Maggie.
Thank you. Good for you.
So there was 1015. The way that they named that, Dr. Pike from Texas A&M, was you should plant it on the 15th of October from seed. Okay?
Oh.
So yes. there was 1015s, 1025s, 1105s, 1130s, 1030s. And we trialed all those varieties, and they came out with the 1015 being the best variety of all the varieties that were developed by Texas A&M.
Cool.
Interesting stuff, yeah. And then there's no Christmas onion, is there? Mark is laughing at my question. Like,
the candy.
The candy.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to the candy. Okay. The red, kind of like the candy cane.
Store. Yeah. Candy is great. We've got our variety of red is called red candy.
Okay.
Which is the prettiest red that you can grow. And, I'd say, what makes an onion sweet is how much water's in it. What makes an onion rot is how much water's in it. So you can't have it both ways.
Well, Bruce, we weren't going to tell you this, but Milton was trying to figure out a plan to grow onions in the poinsettia bowl, so that we had a Christmas.
Oh, I see.
We had a Christmas.
I don't know. These things these things come to Calvin. Yeah. I was asking about growing them in containers, but I got yes, you can, but that might not be the best idea. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on
an individual slip? He's going to put an individual slip in a single container.
Do you have any thoughts on that, Bruce?
How about?
Well,
how about
just one onion's not going to make you very happy.
No, good point. Thank you. Okay, I like Bruce's approach. And I won't ask you about the Whataburger onions, but in the car, because that was the best answer I have ever heard. But we'll keep that to ourselves.
So I got a question.
Mark has a question, Bruce.
Okay. So I grew up in Michigan, and it's required on Coney dogs to have fresh chopped white. But there were two schools of thought, a sweet or a biting white. So give me an example of each one. So I would say 1015 is a white, Swedish, more sweet than. But what would be a white that had a bite?
Well, in the short days, yellow onions, once you peel that outside filament, they pretty much are white on the inside. Reds have a red interior, but white onions, we have the Texas Early White, which is a globe shape. It's like a white 1015. Mm-hmm. So if you want a pure white onion, that's a very popular brand variety we grow.
Okay.
Yeah, did you have a more sharp one with a bite that's also white?
Well, you can make an onion pretty hot if you don't give it enough water.
Oh,
cut off the water at the tail end of the season.
Yeah.
And not irrigate once you see the tops like getting ready to fall over.
Right.
If you cut off the water, it's going to make that more solid fiber content within the onion, which will make it hotter.
Got it.
Very cool. Calvin, any other questions?
No, I just want to make sure we thank
you, Bruce.
Thank Bruce for his company for all the effort.
This
on
is
behalf
so cool.
of the onions. There's been several times when Bruce's company have been credited with kind of saving the whole onion industry.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we appreciate you being here and telling us about the specifics of growing onions.
Yeah.
And also all the effort that you put in and your company has put into making the industry successful, and all of us that are involved with the industry successful. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. That's very kind for you to say it. Carrizo Springs, 5,000 people, and we're a big employer in town. We have generations of people working for us, and believe me, I'm an advocate, but every one of our employees are just as much of an advocate of taking pride in what we do.
Very cool. Good job. Hey, you want to brag on the website real quick before we go?
Sure. It's DixondaleFarms.com. You can go online. You can sign up for our newsletter. It's a monthly newsletter which gives you growing information, but also great recipes and gives you things about what's going on around the farm. And what we want is it doesn't matter if you buy them from our, directly from us or the garden centers like y'all are involved. We just want y'all to
be successful,
gardeners and our truck farmers to have success.
There you go. Bruce Frazier has been our guest. The website, DixondaleFarms.com, but you'll find, if not all, the short day, I'm getting that right, Bruce? Onions here. And intermediate, I think Trey said there was going to be some intermediate day.
We got some red candy here.
Oh, okay. I'm learning, Bruce. Here at Millburgers at 1604 on Boulevardy Road. Thank you for taking the time, man. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back in a moment with more of Millburgers Gardening South Texas here at Millburgers at 1604 on Boulevardy Road on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Again, thanks to Bruce Frazier of Dixondale Farms for coming on the show. And he's right. One onion is not going to make me very happy.
And he was very gracious.
Yeah,
I made a mistake. And,
you did?
I called 1015 a white, and it's 1015 is a yellow.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't correct me. So.
No, and he put up with my attempts at humor, too, which was nice. Okay. Anyway, 210-308-8867 is our number. And we'd love to have you call in with your questions, 210-308-8867, and talk a little bit about what's going on and what you're growing. Maybe you've had onion success and you want to brag on your onions a little bit.
Well,
We're okay with that.
They are an easy plant to grow and very, very productive.
I'm trying now. Squirrels aren't going to go for them, are they?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
So
they don't have a lot of pests.
I was trying to think. I can't remember.
They got some.
Should there be like a grub? Maybe
not a grub. What is the one that's in the greenhouse? The fly.
They got white fly.
Basically, like a white fly, but they don't get overwhelmed by it. But they will. They can show that symptom, but they generally grow through it. But we brought up the factor. The key. One of the keys is that they need to have a generous fertilization program to be successful. Full sun and well watered.
No.
If you plant them,
it's a little low, but
plant them now, and then you'll harvest them by June 1st, and as Milton mentioned, they kind of let you know when they're ready. Of course, you can see the base that are about 4 inches around, but they also the tops fall over.
I was going to say, people always, how do you know when they're ready? And I go, the plant will tell you. The top will fall over.
But they're a great bargain too. I estimate that there's usually 60 onions in a packet when you buy them, and which is enough for, if you plant them every 6 inches, is enough for 2.5 rows in an 8-foot garden. It's a lot of onions. And so you can harvest the green onions.
Right. So that's the neat thing.
Yeah. And then you leave every foot, you leave one onion to the end there.
Yeah. That was nice of you trying to put a nice spin on the man that called about wanting the old style of onions. Because, yes, he was not as gracious as you kind of portrayed him. He was angry when we tried to get him into it. But, yeah, I hope he found his onions. It sounds like Bruce has something for everybody. Yeah. He's heard it all.
Yep. Yeah, he's good.
Well, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. You got a question about what to cover with the temperatures getting into the 30s, correct. You can call us. Let's see. Did we talk about the veggies again? Well, what do we got? What did you see out there?
Mostly we have fall crops, and those would include leafy crops like spinaches, lettuces, all different kinds of lettuce, some collards out there, kale, Swiss chard, and then we also have some of the root crops for the fall. So we got some turnips transplants out there. I don't think any rutabagas. I didn't see any rutabagas.
Are there any beets out there?
There are some beets, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And then there are beet seeds, too. Of course, radishes,
and so
turnips.
Calvin is absolutely correct. A lot of these root crops can be grown by seeds, and we have 3 different seed companies here.
Now, are beets sweet?
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering, could you just juice beets and be happy?
Yeah, that's how they originally did that. Since I don't like beets, I eat the capsules now.
Oh, okay.
So originally that's what it was. So it was beet juice.
Yeah.
And then the beet tops, we make it like salad or greens.
Yeah, the greens. They're my favorite greens, but they're nowhere near as productive as the greens that Mark was talking about, like collards or anything.
I was reading about all the benefits of beets, and it was like,
yeah. So that's why I went to the beet capsule.
Okay.
Because I don't like beets. No, my brother loves beets.
Okay. Did you try to juice them yourself?
No.
Okay.
I went to Central Market.
Oh, and got the beet juice?
Yeah, got the beet juice.
And you didn't like that?
I didn't like it.
I saw
if it was cut with something,
I saw it yesterday. They cut it, looks like, with carrots and some other stuff to give it, I guess, a sweeter thing. But
they're good.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of I wonder how many beets I need to make a glass of juice. Because they're pretty thick, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. I never think of it as the juice, but they're my favorite greens, and I love them as a root crop.
So I know, but we have some other stuff out there, and Trace mentioned that we'll have
another thing that we try to mention every time is that we still got time to go ahead and plant the. I always say the English peas, Mark. Remind me which ones are the ones.
Well, both of them you can do right now. So we got the sugar snaps, the snow, and the English peas. We can do them. Now they tend to be a little temperature sensitive. Yeah, that was the only thing.
Sugar snaps are wonderful because they produce very quickly, and you can eat the whole. You just harvest them right off the vine and eat the shell and everything.
We always like say, you and I always like say, it's great for kids and they can learn about gardening and production.
Now you don't want to eat the sweet pea seeds. Sweet peas are the blooming plant. It's another one of the flowers, one of the winter flowers that has a wonderful fragrance, great cut flowers, and they're doing well too. But you still have time to get them in the ground. And we've got lots of sweet peas on the seed rack here. And so you get those in the ground now, and they'll germinate pretty quickly. We'll set them in the water overnight, and and so they get ready to plant and then get them in the ground. You've got until about February 15th to get them planted. It's
it's always a trick that you have is you kind of stagger your plantings.
Yeah.
Because of our wonderful vagaries of temperatures that occurs here in South Texas.
Yeah, it's quite often.
It gets too hot, gets too cold.
Take your choice. It's some years it's too hot for sweet peas, and other years it's too cold. So you just get ready to plant them every month if they don't work. Now this year they're working. Very well.
210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, the number to call to be a part of the show. And, let's see. I'm trying to think of, we talked about the beets and the other vegetables. Did you bring up any of you said like cilantro and some of the herbs?
God, you're reading my mind. It's kind of scary now.
It is. Trust me, your mind is a scary place to be.
Cilantro out there.
It's kind of a simple place to be, isn't it?
No, it's frightening.
It's an easy thing to get into.
So cilantro?
Cilantro and chives. And then we have rosemary.
Oh, chives would be fun.
Yeah. We have rosemary, and we have some sage out there.
Okay.
And we have some thyme.
Good.
Rosemary.
I know. Yeah, I know. I knew where you're going.
But we have all those, and those are all great fall or winter herbs. And,
and you're not going to have to protect them?
No. That's the great thing about them. They'll withstand very low temperatures.
Good.
Lower than 29, so we don't have to worry about those.
What are they?
Those herbs. The herbs, but their tops might go, but the plants... The plant itself will survive the temperatures, and then they'll grow back.
So it'll put off new.
Now, the one exception, which we did find out in 2021, is that certain rosemaries will freeze.
Oh, okay. I do remember us talking about that.
Yeah, it is the prostrate ones that hang or go along the ground. Those were the ones that took it hard. I mean, really hard. And the upright or barbecue ones, David likes to talk to them. The barbecue spears, David Rodriguez. And so the upright ones did a little bit better in the freezes. Rosemary took it a little hard, but it's not the upright ones are not going to die.
Okay.
But, we have lots of transplants out here. Just waiting for you to put a nice home.
Well, we talked a little bit about Nature's Creation, and we talked a little bit about sale items. They've got the compost on sale. Good time to do composting? Or is any time a good time?
Yeah, it actually is. I think we've come to the conclusion now that any time is basically a good time to add compost. For a long time, I recommended that you do it in February. You aerate your lawn, and then you put a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of compost on the top of the lawn so that it filters into the roots zone of your lawn. But actually, that works pretty much for fall, winter, and spring.
Yeah, we don't usually do it during the summer. You could do it, but not summer. So we usually do spring, fall, winter.
Okay.
And a lot of folks are doing it by bagged materials.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do it if you got a pickup truck. You can get a load of compost from your favorite distribution site, or they'll deliver it to you.
Yeah.
And
there's numerous ones around town.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch.
You don't have to be fussy about the application either.
Okay, and do you need to be careful where you go to make sure is compost the one you talk about in terms of make sure it's?
We
used to have a rule 1/4 to 1/2 inch on the lawn, but Calvin corrected me one time. It says that's not on the beds. I went, oh, yeah, that's true. Not on the beds. You don't have to be fussy at all. You don't have to keep track of what it is.
Yeah, raised beds always say 3 inches is great.
Yeah. And I meant like in terms of is there compost that's not composted yet?
Well,
or is that no longer an issue?
That can be an issue.
Okay.
You don't want to put 3 inches of sawdust on your garden.
Oops, I made that mistake.
Oh, did you really?
No,
okay.
Really.
Oh, but people have.
You could.
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have done that. And it's just not a real positive. 10 years from now, it'll be decomposed.
So the one what I see done most often is live oak. They rake up their leaves, but if they don't cut them up, like run over with the lawnmower, make them smaller pieces, it takes forever for them to turn into anything usable.
Okay.
Most micro and macroorganisms taste the live oak leaf and go, blah.
No.
And so they have to cut it down in little pieces.
Now, on the other hand, if you've got a garden where you want paths, footpaths through it, in between the rows, the live oak leaves are probably the best material for that, because they you can walk on them and they don't decompose really that fast. They eventually decompose. So that it works.
And
they work in the compost pile.
The oak leaves, I was going to say, I think I've seen, like you're talking about, people use them for compost.
Oh, yeah.
But they also use them for mulch, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
When do the oaks start dropping? I'm trying to look.
No, oaks drop. Monterey oaks drop at the end of February. Live oaks drop at the middle of March.
Okay, but they are dropping acorns now.
Yes. Religiously.
Yeah, because I get in the truck, which is parked under an oak, and I'll just sit there for a minute, and then I hear
they wait for you to move it and then drop on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you do know why we don't put raw wood into the soil, like sawdust.
I'm guessing that as it decays, it steals nitrogen from the soil.
Oh, you are learning.
How about that?
Yeah, look at that. Causing nitrogen draft or nitrogen deficiency in the soil.
Which I think happens, too, if you have like a big oak tree that dies and you cut it down.
Yeah.
And sometimes do you notice that things that once grew there very well don't grow there as well, and you get mushrooms.
Well, it's slowly decaying.
Okay, Trace.
So the mushrooms are the sign that it's decaying.
Right. But as it's decaying, is it taking away some of the stuff from the soil?
Sure, nitrogen.
Okay.
In a very close proximity to the trunk.
Yeah. That's
why you add nitrogen to a compost pile to accelerate the decomposition.
Okay.
And that's why you can, if you have a compost formula that is not quite decomposed, like you were talking about, Milton, that you can kind of make up the difference with some added fertilizer.
Well, let's talk a second about that too on the compost thing, because I see the people have the compost bins. Y'all talk about just creating a compost pile. What do you recommend?
Well, whatever is convenient for you.
Whatever that's space for.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is easier? Is it just creating the pile, or
the bigger the stack, the more the heat, the faster it decomposes. But if you can't turn it and get air in, it's like a double-edged sword.
Okay.
So in my mind, bigger is better.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you. And now it's a little tough if you have a year like now where you don't get much rain.
Oh, do you water your compost pile?
You can.
Okay.
You want to keep it moist.
But, okay.
Not wet, because that leads to anaerobic decomposition. So you want to keep it a little moist.
Okay. Trace, did you have something you were going to add there?
No.
Okay. So am I growing the compost pile a little at a time, or am I kind of doing it all at once?
No.
Some of both.
What's that?
Some of both.
Okay.
But your compost that's been in the pile longer has more of the beneficial microbes and things there that are going to decompose it quicker. So that's another reason to turn it.
That makes sense. Okay. So coffee grounds, live oak leaves, scraps without fat?
Without meat.
Without meat. Okay.
No meat.
What else can I throw in my...
Well, weeds that you pull from the garden.
What don't I... Okay, my old tomato?
Yeah, as long as they're not
spider mites.
Full of spider mites.
Okay.
Okay. But actually, if your compost pile is far enough away from the garden, you can use it.
Okay. You got a book that you recommend that'll give me instructions on how to do?
Yeah.
Because we were recommending books earlier.
All of a sudden I'm going, yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't know that.
Or I could just buy the compost here at Millburgers. Yeah. That seems that's the quickest way.
I wonder if Malcolm had a
recipe
book on that.
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah. Malcolm was
Malcolm Beck. Yeah, he's the godfather of composting in this area. Yeah. So I'm sure there was.
I'm going to go look. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So I would do. That's what I do. I would Google Malcolm Beck
and book on composting
and look for if any books that he had.
We have got to take a break. While we do, we hope you'll give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. More of Millburgers Gardening South Texas coming up on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867. Great show today. Lots of great information. Hope you've enjoyed it. Still almost time to call it quits with the balloon animals and face painting. But, yeah, there's still people in line. But we encourage you to come on out anyway and enjoy the cyclamen and the poinsettias in the greenhouse, the Christmas cactus and all that. Tripp is on the line. Oh, Tripp's got a monarch report. Tripp, welcome to Millburgers Gardening South Texas. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. So I was listening yesterday to the lady talk. She had Parker with her, and by the time the show was over, I said, I better go check. So on the top of the milkweed, I've got a caterpillar. So I put a half a gallon Ziploc bag over it last night to kind of protect him, and he's still alive. So the sun's coming out, so I think he might make this.
Were you able to identify whether it's a queen or a monarch?
It's a monarch.
Okay, so there's just two of the aerial antennas.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, with the yellow and black and.
Yeah. Well, the queen caterpillar looks almost exactly like the monarch caterpillar, except it's got three sets of antenna, one in the middle, and of course the monarch's just got two sets. So.
Yeah, this guy's got two sets.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh.
Monarch.
Well,
okay.
That's good. The report from Parker's mom wasn't as
positive. Had
positive.
A dark side to it.
She was thinking that her chrysalis was infected by something.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, oh boy. So, but yeah, it was 3 weeks ago, I guess I called, and then I had three of them, and they crawl off and make a chrysalis somewhere because I cannot find those guys.
They're hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I did was about a week after I talked to y'all, I stopped by Millburgers and went to the butterfly section you have over there by the fence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was just a whole bunch of caterpillars on there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're right.
Yeah.
Mary keeps us informed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I thought I'd just give you a report.
Appreciate you calling.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Tripp.
Thanks, man.
Okay,
You take care.
Have a good weekend.
All right. You have a good weekend, too. All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Hey, if you're looking for a good old-fashioned meat market, if you're looking for quality food, and I'm thinking tomorrow is a great day to go. You got till 5 o'clock today to go, but you need to prep for this cold weather. And cold weather is stew weather. It's soup weather. And you need to get everything that you need, soup bones, stew meat, whatever you need. Maybe you're going to make chicken soup. You'll find everything that you need for the best tasting recipes you've got right there at Pruski's Market in Atkins, Texas. Pruski's is an old-fashioned meat market, like I said. So you got questions, the butcher's right there in front of you. You're not picking it up off some counter. He's giving it to you. You can ask questions, which is really cool. So you tell him what you're going to do. Oh, we're going to grill this. Oh, okay. Let me suggest this instead. or you're going to grill, I got something you're going to love. Your family's going to love these pinwheels, which is the beef and surrounded by what?
Testify, Milton.
I am.
Green peppers. Had too many Fritos.
You listen. I'm excited. I love Pruski's, and you will too. If you're looking for great sausage, Calvin was mentioning the potato sausage. You'll find it at Pruski's with a little Texas kick to it, and you'll find the Kosciuszko. Better?
Okay. You're okay.
Okay, which is a Polish wedding sausage that they're famous for. The garlic sauce. Oh, I mean, just go there. Hop in the car.
What is that one that you keep?
I think it was jalapeno and
chicken. I have.
It was chicken and jalapeno, or maybe chicken cheddar and jalapeno.
Oh yeah, I think you got one and I got a different one.
Yeah. So just head on over. It is delicious. You won't be disappointed. It's right there on Highway 87 between 1604 and 410. The website, PruskisMeatMarket.com. PruskisMeatMarket.com. And if you're giving gift boxes, Pruski's can help you with that. If you want that for that holiday party, you need a meat tray or a meat and cheese tray, guess what? Pruski's can help you. So, PruskisMeatMarket.com, or you can just head on over there now till 5 or head there tomorrow too. 210-899-3853. 210-308-8867 is our number. 210-308-8867. That was nice of Tripp to call in with the Monarch report. I wonder if we're going to... It'd be interesting to see if we got more Monarch, because like she had one and Tripp had one and stuff, so I don't know.
I think we're kind of at the end.
I think we are too, but based on the theory about tropicals and something, isn't that the theory that they're going to stay around past their normal stay date and stuff? Or no? Do I have that messed up? So I'm thinking maybe we'll keep seeing them even though it's really past their time to leave.
Well, they got two. We kind of identified two choices. They can just fill up with nectar so that they can make their last leg of the trip.
Yeah.
Or they can stop if they can find milkweed.
Okay.
And lay eggs.
So your advice to any monarchs listening to the show right now is what?
Get full of nectar and
head out.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving. Okay.
Keep moving right along.
Sure, San Antonio's a lovely city, but for your own good, you need to keep moving, monarchs.
And we'll see again in April. Come back this way, and then lay a bunch of eggs here in April.
Okay. Yes, sir.
There's a light. There's a light shining on the sky.
Oh, there's sun. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Where do I call to complain about the days getting shorter and shorter?
I
am getting sleep. I'm getting sleepy at like 5 o'clock because there's no sun.
I think the Department of Generous Exchange. I forget what DOGE stands for right now.
Oh, okay. You think they can do something about? Oh, they are talking about changing it, aren't they? To go permanently to.
I would want to go permanently to daylight savings time.
Okay.
So standard time.
All right.
Time.
Speaking of, maybe Bert can answer. So, what was the question that you had on Coney Island?
So on
Bert's on the line.
Coney Island dogs. There's two. It has to be a white onion, chopped white onion, but is it a sweet or sharp?
Bert, can you chime in and help us on this?
I really don't know, but I wanted to help Mark. 10-15. Why? There's a Y at the end. That means yellow.
Yes,
I know. So I went during the time, and I realized my mistake, and I said Bruce was very gracious, and he didn't call me out. Why do I expect that Bert will call me out on this one? Yes, sir. I know it's a yellow. Yes, for that reason.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know what the Y means, but I thought yellow.
No, that's what it means.
That's what it means.
Yes, indeed. That's what.
Oh,
it
really?
Means. Yes.
So Bert, have you had a Coney Island dog with all the onions on it?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Then
I ordered my onions there from Bruce. Not
from Dixondale.
Okay.
From Dixondale, yes, I do.
Oh,
because
good.
I sell here the little bulblets, but They may work here, but they are long day varieties, and they won't
correct
work in Texas.
That's what we were mentioning. That Dixondale's is very good, and if you order from a long day, they'll tell you, "Oh, that one's not correct. You have to get the long day one." So they're very good.
Yeah.
We were commenting on that before Bruce came in on how well they do with that. They'll tell you which ones to get.
So, Bert, what's happening with your amaryllis?
Well, somebody gave my wife an amaryllis, and the bulb is in wax or something red. It looks really Christmassy. And I thought, what do you do after it's flowered out? I don't want to throw that bulb away.
There's a great article written by someone on the Garden Style San Antonio.com.
Any idea who that could be, Calvin?
On how to do that. But basically what you're doing is you're trying to get as much food into the bulb, and so you're watering it, right location, that flower would die, but the leaves will still be there. And then you let that grow, and then come summertime, you will let that wither, and you chop them off, and then you wait until the fall, and you start letting it grow again and water is the key thing. So you're letting it go dormant, and then you start watering and fertilizing again in the late fall.
Yeah, I'll do that. It's amazing that in a bulb that there is so much energy that it can flower and stay over the whole year. Well, not quite a year, and then start flowering again. Well, you have to feed it probably, but it's amazing how much energy there is in a bulb.
And you're trying to get as much natural energy through the leaves as possible, but eventually those will wither, and then you chop them off, and you put in a coolish, dry place.
Yeah,
a garage or so, and then late summer. You take it out, you let it start growing again, and it will put on a flower. If everything is correct, it'll put a flower about Christmas time.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. Or bedankt, Mark. You made lunch.
Yeah, we're going to...
I was going to say happy
where does
Santa Claus Day, St. Nicholas Day was the 6th.
Oh, okay. Now where can Bert go to get a good Coney Island dog? In Michigan.
Oh, well, there are disputes, but Lafayette is the most famous one. There are two brothers that are right next to each other.
Oh, really? Yeah. How cool!
It's just like what in Pittsburgh, Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, okay, the two.
Same thing.
Yeah. But all right, Bert. St. Nicholas Day is the 5th.
5th. I'm sorry. I made another mistake. Oh. Thank you, Bert, for correcting me.
It's been a while.
Oh, Bert, you're gonna have to fact check Mark. I mean, this is getting.
Yeah. Keep listening, Bert.
Yes.
Keep listening. When I make mistakes, call in.
At the end of the show, we'll just have you call Bert and say the mistakes that Mark made.
No, that's terrible. You said you're a friend of Mark.
No. But it could also be positive. You could call in and go, I just want everybody to know Mark made no mistakes today. No mistakes.
Yeah, that's cool. Well,
okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bert. Always fun to hear from you.
Yeah.
Bye, Bert.
All right.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we've almost run out of time. Anything you guys want to mention? Any events coming up? Any season? Well, no. Season 2 starts. Next season starts January, right?
In January, the educational that right here at Milberger's.
Oh, good.
David will probably talk about fruit trees because January is our fruit tree season.
Yeah,
our
that's
fruit
right.
trees will come in, and he'll probably have a little discussion on that.
It's always interesting because we get questions about trees, and we'll have to discuss that too because, like apples, everybody wants to grow apples, but
there's a heavy sigh on that.
Yeah,
both Calvin and I.
Yeah. Apparently, there are some varieties that are okay, but they're still tough.
That's
okay.
Right. I mean, there are other fruits varieties that are easier to grow.
Yeah. Are pecan trees considered a fruit tree?
What kind?
Pecan.
Well, they're tough, though.
Yeah.
No? Well, I'm like going, I always forget the definitions for fruit.
Oh, okay. We'll look it up. Hey, thanks to Al back at the station doing a great job. Thanks to all the callers at the end of the show. Thanks to you for listening. Oh, they're buying the way of petunias. All right, I'm Milton Glueck on behalf of the guys here. Thanks to you for listening. We'll see you next week back here at Millburgers, 1604 on Boulevardy Road on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.